Well, welcome back to another No Limits video. I sort of hooked into this as a little job first and then thought probably should make a video out of it. So, you know, no footage of me actually pulling the car apart. But anyway, we'll let you know what I'm doing and we'll get stuck into it. So by the pile of parts here, I've got to do a stereo upgrade and on this Ranger, and he wants a couple of lights up on that roof rack. So this should be interesting because I've never done one before. Got all the bits and pieces to remove the factory PX2 stereo and go to a Sony head unit of some description. The bit I'm really looking forward to using and seeing how it works is this stedi wire concealer. So that runs up the side of your windscreen so you can't actually see where your wires run, and put a switch down in the center console. We'll put a switch down in the middle in a stedi bezel there that gives you a couple extra switch locations in the Rangers because they're fairly limited. Yeah, so I've already done a fair bit of bits and pieces on this thing. We added rock lights to the bottom of his bash plates, TJM ones, on a TJM chaser bar, X-ray light bar and a GME radio on it. So, yeah, it's had a fair few upgrades. TJM snorkel, and yeah, he's put a lift in it, 35s, and they're the TJM flares. So yeah, should be a fun little video doing a few upgrades. Get the lighting right. So yeah, we'll pull all this apart and see how it works. So this is a bit I just dove into and didn't actually film, but there's a fair bit of dash comes apart to get to the original head unit in these things. Yeah, like that bolts up there, that's your actual little screen. Because this is a fairly base Ranger. I think it's an XLS or something like that, XLT. Yeah, it's actually an old cop car. I did upgrade a steering wheel for him the other day. Got the throttle controller, and we put red arc electric brakes in it a while ago. Actually, did I? That might have already been in it. So, you know, we'll keep going with the stereo and see how it all comes back together. So I am reading the instructions as I go because I haven't done one of these before. Let's pull this apart, see what's inside it. All the way out. There we go. Right. Alright. And somehow that unplugs. Not like that. maybe not. These instructions are great. They've been photocopied 37,000 times, so now they're essentially black. Now I've got to remove it from the top board. Does it come up there? I don't think it comes up that one. I reckon it comes up in that little joint right there. Right like that. Okay, that removes that bit. Ah, those little Torx holes. All that together. Oh wow. They're tiny. Like the rest of them were T8s, which are small, but these are really small. See if I have a smaller Torx bit. Alright, found one. T6 Torx bit, which is tiny. I don't even know how they machine a T6 Torx bit. Right. Righto. What's that half out of it? And we screw this half onto it. That. Don't do that. Didn't lose any buttons. No, everything's still intact. Better refer back to my instructions. It needs to go back over there. Alright. We have this piece assembled for the DIN mount. So now's the exciting part. I'll open up the actual radio and see what he's bought. Right. Quite interesting. Wait for old mate need bike to go past. Quite an interesting setup. Adjustable height. Must be able to set it in there exactly where you want it. The usual power cables and brackets and things like that. And the actual bit that does the work. Just not too much of a different setup to how it was from the factory, actually. Except their screen was a lot smaller, so it's a fairly substantial upgrade there. But he does lose his... Oh, yeah. He does lose his CD player. Saying that, how many of us still have CDs? Or how many of us still listen to CDs? I still have CDs, but I never listen to them. Mainly because I don't have a CD player in my car anymore. So after a little bit of investigation, actually working out what we're dealing with, mount these brackets to the side of this thing, and then we actually wire this, put all this in the car, connect everything up, then we put the fascia back on, and then we actually work out how far in the screen's going to fit. So then we know, so the screen does sit on the outside of this. So our end result is our screen will actually sit out here somewhere. So it'll be a bit different. And we can adjust it. It's got a bit of adjustment in there, so we can adjust it in and out to where it looks the best. Alright, well, better get some mounts onto this unit so we can get it all in the car and work out a depth. Right, so we got his stereo all in, everything's back together. The double DIN panel looks quite neat. All the heater controls are there as they should be. We've added this little panel here from Stedi as well. Oh, no, Light Force, sorry. It's a Light Force panel. You get your extra switches. So we've got a switch there for the lights on his roof, a switch there for the rock lights. And it fits in there quite well. You can barely tell it's different. Right. There's the original one, so it's just a little grill thing there from standard. Yeah, that's a good little addition. Even if you weren't worrying about the stereo one, you'd be doing that one just to have switch panels. So there was the upgraded steering wheel we did the other day, just to make this old Ranger a bit nicer. Same as there's a nice mount there for to hold the GME handpiece on. That I'm not sure where he got that from. I'll have to check that. Yeah, nice. A bit flashier than the original head unit. Nice big screen. So, righto, we jumped ahead a bit. Yeah, we all know how to wire lights up, so that was. Thought I could skip that step on how this all went together, but it's actually got the strip on, so it's double-sided taped along the windscreen and up onto the roof, right up to the roof rack. Try not banging in his mirror. Yeah, so it's held on with this double-sided tape that they supply, 3M one, and this is the actual piece, the rubber that you get. So you see it opens right up. Pretty hard to do one-handed. Opens right up to put your wire in it, and then you just clip that little piece there. Get it focused. Clip that little piece there back in. Very straightforward. Not the easiest thing to do with one hand, but try and shaky cam, yeah. It's quite a straightforward stuff to do. So roll it back in on itself. Just like that. So yeah. Pretty straightforward stuff. Does a nice job of hiding your wires. So, good thing to look into if you're going for that nice clean look. Well, that's this one all done. Got some time to work on this now. Ah. Wow, lighting is terrible. Well, hope this has been a little bit informative and give you some ideas to do to your own cars. So, alright, see you in the next one.